Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, an actual play podcast. Every episode micro-plot is a complete adventure with a beginning and an end that fits into the overarching macro-plot of the whole season. Because they stand sturdily on their own, you can listen to these adventures in any order and can skip any you don't enjoy. Today, we are playing using the combat mechanics from a game called GunCraze. It's our first time playing, so we might make some mistakes. If you enjoy these mechanics, you can find GunCraze on GunCraze.com. Build your own GunCraze character and play a game with friends. Speaking of friends, today we are joined by Merlinus, Markely, Markely and Eusebius Katzar.
Hi guys, I am dressed as I usually am in my rather plain pants and a slightly worn t-shirt with my rarely separated from me long black duster over all of that. I have been experimenting in my magical laboratory with some new magic that I am calling gesture-based kineto incendiary evocation, which is going to mimic the action of some notable firearms by the cunning use of pointing with fingers and gestures. It's finger guns. But I'll primarily be using 2 dual finger guns as pistols, and I have 6 in my ranged combat stat, 4 for quickness, 2 for melee combat, and just 1 for body, and 5 in non-combat. So I'm a small quick fellow in this game, I hope.
We'll find out. And Withered Wing.
Howdy there. I'm Withered Wing. I'm a little a shadow fairy, shadow formed. I'm currently playing around with these shadows that loosely resemble what firearms look like. I've got the shadow of a Vulture 09 anti-material rifle. I'm currently deconstructing that, putting it back together, while next to that sits a Fang 9 custom calibrated automatic pistol, which I'm also in the process of pulling apart and putting back together. I'm more of a scout and survivalist, but in a pinch I could take a pretty good headshot if I feel like it. I've got 12 on my ranged combat. I got 11 on my body, but my melee is not that good with a 5 and my non-combat with a 4.
Excellent! Our adventure begins today in media res, in the midst of things. Players, do you both have a battle grid in front of you? A, B, C, D, E through O rows, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 20 columns?
Indeed I do.
Yes.
You are in the desert. Dry sand underfoot. Nothing but cacti as far as you can see. A vast night sky above. A galaxy's stars in all their glory. Are you ready to place cacti on your battle map?
Absolutely.
Sure.
B3, B4, C4, D6, D7, E6, F6, F7, G9, G10, G11, H10, I9, I10, J7, J8, J9, J12, J13, J14, J15, K7, K9, K12, K13, L7, L8, L9, L12, L13, L14, L15, M5, M6, M7, M8, M12, M13, M14, M15, N5, N7, N8, N12, N13, O5, O6, O7, 012, 013, 014. And I'm going to send a picture in the chat. So listeners, you can construct that grid if you would like. And then for my players, you can check that you have the grid that I have visually. Okay. Can you two, did you miss any squares? Do you have any questions on any squares? Do you feel like you got it?
I've got a match.
I'm good.
Yay, the grid system works. Who needs a virtual tabletop? No, you should use a virtual tabletop if you're not a podcast. But the only way to really communicate this to you guys, the listeners, is with what we did just now. So, you guys, you two start at 03 and 04. Who's who? Who's 03 and who's 04?
If that's all right, I'll take 04.
Okay, and I guess I'll be at 03.
All right. If you reach column 12, you will reach the observatory. Who would, we got 03 is Markely and 04 is Withered Wing. The first step of combat is to determine turn order, also called initiative. Roll a 10-sided dice, also called a d10, and add your character's reaction bonus. After you roll the d10 and add your reaction bonus, if you want, you can spend one of your 10 starting Craze points to increase your result. The highest numbers go first. If your number matches the number of a non-player character, then you, the player character, win that tie. If you're tied with a fellow player character, both players roll a d10 and the player with the highest result goes first. You can't use Craze points during a roll-off. The rulebook recommends asking one of the players to keep track of initiative. Who would like to keep track of initiative?
I can do that.
All right. What are your guys' initiatives?
I rolled a 9. That's including my reaction.
Okay. A 9 for Withered Wing. And yours, Markley?
I rolled a 1, but with my reaction bonus, that's a 6.
Great. And here's some stuff for you to keep track of. 16 is the Scimitar Man Sand Elemental.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Scimitar Man Sand Elemental 16.
Mm-hmm.
Scimitar Man Sand Elemental number 2, 14.
Okay.
Tamagaro Sand Elemental 10. And then, was it Withered Wing was a 9?
Absolutely.
And Markley was a 6?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready for the next one.
Go ahead.
Junaldo Sand Elemental is a 5. Junaldo Sand Elemental is a 3. There are 2 of them. And Tamagaro Sand Elemental is a 3.
Okay. Sorry, just rewriting that better. So, I'm good.
Alrighty. There's a red enemy called a Tamagaro at H9. There's a red enemy called a Tamagaro at N6. There's an orange enemy called a Scimitar Man. Very scary looking sand elemental at J4. And at H4. Those look terrifying. Those are big. Those are scary sand elementals. And then there's kind of little ones. They're just little at 9M and or M9 and M9 and L10. Those are the Junaldo sand elementals. All right, first up is the Scimitar Man Sand Elemental. From the character with the highest initiative number to the second highest, etc., to the character with the lowest initiative number, the whole round takes 2 seconds in the character's perspective. On their turn, a character can do 4 possible things: move, perform an action, rest, or hold. At H4 and J4, you see 2 mounds form. The sand raises from the ground, forming a humanoid form, almost like 2 people, each holding a scimitar made of sand. Attacking follows an 8-step process. Step 1, the attacker names their target. The J4 Scimitar Man Sand Elemental names... Who's it 04 again?
That'll be me. Withered Wing.
Okay, Withered Wing. You are the target. That's both good and bad. Mostly bad. Step 2, the attacker says their attack method. They are going to use Master Quality Katana. Or no, Scimitar Man. Scimitar. That makes sense. Step 3, the defender says which defense method they're using. You can evade, cover, parry, or dive for cover. Cover uses the terrain or objects not to get hit. There is no cover between you and the enemy. There could be if you move through cactuses, but there's not right now. You can only parry from an attacker who is next to you, so I guess I'll just tell you. Evasion is your only option.
Well, then I'll have to evade.
All right. Step 4. The attacker and defender make opposed rolls. So a scimitar is a melee weapon, so they're going to have to expend their movement to get to you. Looking at the movements here, it looks like they can move 2, 3, 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're 4 squares away from you. They would have to move at slow, normal, running. They would have to move at running. If you move a third square, you're considered to be running. Running can get you up to 4 squares of a grid in the 2-second round. Being in the running state gives you a +1 evasion bonus to defense rolls if the attack comes from someone more than 10 feet or 2 squares from you, but a -1 penalty to all of your own ranged attack rolls. They're not making ranged attack rolls. So they run up to you, Withered Wing, and they are going to roll their scimitar attack. Now this is 2 attacks because they have scimitar. They're doing slash slash. And it has bleed 1 if it hits you. So let's roll our opposed rolls. First, we're going to roll a d10. The attacker and defender make opposed rolls. So this is the first of 2 attacks. I got a 6 plus... That's it. Just a 6.
So I rolled a 10.
Wow.
That's without the modifier.
Okay, well, add your... Always add that.
I'm assuming I add my evasion bonus, which is a +5.
You do, and because you got a 10, you're going to also have an extra dice, an extra d10.
So I roll again, correct?
Yeah.
That's a 2. So 12 plus a 5, that's a 17.
You're doing really good against this scimitar attack. Now, the second attack is also going to attempt to hit you, but I feel like with only a... Oh, that was a... I see. So there's a +5 on the to hit. Got it. It still would have missed. Okay. I'm learning more about the stats. So that's what that number is. That's the to hit bonus. Okay. Now, I'm going to roll a d10, and it looks like I had +5 on my first scimitar attack and +3 on my second scimitar attack. So this one's less likely to hit you than the first. Well, that was a 10. So I'm going to roll a second dice. That was a 9. So it's 19 plus 3 is 22 to hit you, Withered Wing, for the second attack.
Well, that absolutely hits. I rolled a 13 total.
Then that does hit you. So now we're going to do bleed 1. I'm going to read you the bleeding rules. Bleeding does not cause hit point damage. So this is stamina damage. Bleeding says, for each level of bleeding a character has, they suffer 1d6 of stamina damage at the end of their character turn. You can reduce your bleeding with a first aid action, medicine, equipment, etc. But you don't just like stop bleeding. Like it doesn't come to a natural stop. Someone's going to have to first aid you, or you're going to, at the end of every one of your turns, you're going to have a d6 of stamina damage. Okay? So you have bleeding 1.
All right.
And then the actual damage that was dealt to you is just a d6 here. 4. Now, I'm going to tell you where that damage is dealt. I'm going to roll a d10. That 4 damage was done to your torso. You got a slash on your torso. You took 4 damage to your torso. Unless you have armor. Do you have armor on your torso?
I do have armor. I do wear armor, yes, indeed.
Well, that's great news. So you're going to subtract the...
I think it's the hardness
Yes.
number on the armor.
Subtract the hardness number.
I've got 6 AP on my torso. So I'm guessing that's the armor point, so that negates the damage?
Yes. Subtract the hardness number off from the incoming hit point damage, and apply the hit point damage minus the hardness to the armor at that hit location. Was there any left over for minus the hardness?
There is indeed.
Apply that leftover to the armor, as the armor takes some of the brunt of the attack for you.
There's no... Sorry, there was no damage left over after the attack hit from the armor, but there's 2 armor points left over.
Oh, then... Okay, then yeah, your armor takes no damage. So this scimitar person misses you with their first hit, because I didn't know what to add. And, no, it still wouldn't have hit you. And then, with their second slash, their scimitar of sand scrapes against your armor. What does your armor look like, because you are a shadow creature?
My armor just looks more like a gray shadow. Because I'm made out of dark black, pitch black shadow with only white for my eyes. My armor and my equipment all are like a gray, a gunmetal gray.
So it's almost like the sand scatters when it touches the black of your shadow form. And you end up taking no damage from that. You just have bleed. Remember that at the end of your turn. Next up is the second Scimitar Man Elemental. And we didn't say which reaction you were using for the second attack, so we've got to remember that in the future. Okay. The second Scimitar Man Elemental has to use the sprint movement to get to you. It can't attack you because when you sprint, you can't attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's now standing at N3, ready to attack Markely, but unable to attack you this turn.
And that was the one that started at J4 or at H4. Is that right?
Yeah. They have an 8 movement when they sprint, so they're able to get to you, but because they sprinted, they can't attack you. Who's next in the initiative?
One of the Toma, whatever you said.
Tamagaro. I'm so used to keeping track of the initiative as the GM, but I think the purpose of GunCraze making the players do that is to make the players more engaged. Well, that makes sense. Let's try it. Tamagaro. Those are the red ones. One is standing, or I guess crouching in the cacti at N6, and that one's going to throw a smoke gas ball at you too from the sand. If you could picture like a dust storm, the sand attack is going to make you less able to see. This is a smoke gas ball, 1 attack. This is going to obstruct line of sight for ranged attacks, preventing you from basically making ranged attacks. -2 penalty to all melee attacks as well if you're inside of this gas. All right, I'm going to roll to hit, I guess, the space. It's a 5 plus 0. Can you guys please roll an opposed roll against this attack?
What kind of opposed roll would we use in this case? Is it just evasion or?
Yeah, I think you can only evade.
Okie dokie. That would be a 7.
I rolled a dirty 10.
Yeah, then this misses. So very ineffective. Junaldo Sand Elemental. Or Tamagaro Sand. This is a very ineffective Tamagaro Sand Elemental. Who's next?
That would be Withered Wing.
All right. I'm not really happy with this fella attacking me, so what was the name of the one in front of me?
Scimitar Man Sand Elemental.
Oh, Scimitar Man. You should never bring a knife to a gunfight. I'm going to pull out my pistol, and I'm going to take aim and fire at him.
You're firing at someone who's adjacent to you.
Well, okay, then I might as well use my silent razor high carbon steel strap blade.
I am going to declare a parry as my defense technique.
All right. I rolled an 18 to attack.
I have a +9 to my parry. So
I have a +9 to my accuracy.
I got a 12 on my parry roll. Let me look up the parry rules.
Maybe parry puts me at disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're like next to me. I feel like there's a rule for being next to someone. Give me 1 second here. The defender attempts to deflect or intercept the attack using a melee weapon or shield. So my scimitar, my sand scimitar, I raise it up. Parry may be used against melee attacks. Parry may also be used against a ranged attack made by an adjacent attacker. When parry is used against such a ranged attack, the defender gains melee superiority, which is that... Did you make that attack with a handgun, Withered Wing?
No, I switched it to my knife. Okay,
then... Oh, wait, so it's not a ranged attack?
No, because you pointed out that I was firing point blank, so I was using a ranged attack.
You can fire point blank. Like, that's one of the things you can declare in your attacks.
It gives a +2 bonus.
Yeah, there's charging, aim shot, called shot, melee, called strike, point blank range. Point blank range, +2 range bonus, yeah. So you'd get a +2 bonus.
Okay, well, let's just say, for the sake of brevity, that I did not pull out my pistol, I used my knife. just to make it nice and simple for us.
Yeah. That means that I do not get melee superiority, a +2 circumstance bonus to the parry roll. And that means that you hit. You hit me. Yeah. How much damage do you do to Scimitar Man on N4?
I deal 9 points of damage.
To which hitbox?
I'm gonna go for the arm.
Well, you got to roll for it. You can't pick.
Oh, right. Come here, my little sugar. That is a 4, so that goes to the legs.
I think that table's for you guys. I do have a list from 1 to 10, and it's got body parts. So I think when you roll, does it depend on the enemy, right? And then that table from 1 to 10 is for you guys rolling on you, right? Does that make sense?
I don't know. How about we use your table, just to make it nice and simple?
Otherwise, there would be no changing. Or is it where I hit you? I don't know.
Is it different?
Yeah. 4 is my right arm.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the limbs, 5 through 9's torso, and 10 is a headshot.
For some of these enemies, yeah, but some of these enemies have like multiple arms and stuff.
Really? Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got more than 4 limbs, then that changes everything.
Of course. That changes it all.
Oh my no.
Some of these things have a tail.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we've got multi-arms, we've got a tail. Anyway, 4 is the right arm here, and it says that I have 15 armor. Which seems like a lot of armor.
It's a lot of armor.
So how much damage did you do?
Yes.
I rolled a 9 on my damage.
Well, I guess that takes the right arm down from 15 to 6. 6 armor, right?
That sounds about right.
Because otherwise you'd have to do more than 15 damage to land a blow on this thing, right? The way that hardness works for the players.
Mm-hmm. Well, with one of my weapons, I can do a potential 24 damage on one shot.
Yeah, the Tamagaro's torso armor is 30. So that must mean that it gets whittled down every time. So it doesn't work like hardness like the player armor does.
Yeah. The player armor has both the hardness rating and armor points.
Ah, so this is just armor points. So I don't have hardness. That makes sense.
Yeah, a higher number would probably be the armor points. I'm hoping.
There's only one armor. There's like 12 parentheses 15. So I think hit points parentheses armor is what it says. The right arm has 12 hit points and 15 armor, which is now 6. Yay. You guys need to book it. The point of this combat is not to kill everything. It's to get to the destination. All right, who's next? At the end of your turn. Don't forget your bleeding.
Alrighty. So,
Withered Wing, did you roll a d6 of stamina damage at the end of your character turn?
I rolled a 4 stamina damage.
Great. Okay. Who's next? Markely?
Yeah.
I have to ask who's going next.
Yeah, it's my turn. Yeah.
This is different.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions before I act. The cacti that we placed on the map, does that represent difficult or impassable terrain?
Difficult. If you don't care about needles, you can run through those. No, by the rules, you cannot technically. Okay.
Yeah, you can move slow or whatever it is, right?
Yes. You can slow move through difficult terrain like normal. When using normal, run, sprint, or charge movements, each square of difficult terrain costs double movement. You can't end your movement on difficult terrain.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Indeed. It's a puzzle. It's a combat
Yeah.
puzzle. It's fun, isn't it? You have
It
to
is.
figure out how to get to the destination before the things kill you.
Okay, I'm going to step up and to the left. So I'm moving into kind of around this scimitar man that's in front of me.
Step 1. Declare your movement speed.
Slow. Or normal. Which one? Hang on. Slow or normal? We're talking normal.
Well, okay, so how far you're going to get changes your movement speed.
Yes.
So if you move slowly, you should have the slashes, and it should tell you your different distances. Does it say how far you can move with your slow movement? It's probably 1.
Am I looking at it right where it says slow is 1, normal is 2,
Yeah.
run is 4, sprint is 7? Yeah. I'm just walking Walking normal. I only need to move 1 square. So, yeah.
Then you're moving slow. If you only need to move 1 square, you're moving slow.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. That makes sense. Yeah. So I'm going from up and diagonal. So from O3 to N2. So I'm next to these guys.
Sounds good. The first diagonal movement only costs 1 space of movement. The second diagonal movement costs 2 spaces of movement. And the third diagonal movement goes back to costing 1 space of movement. And then 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then etc. I did make sure to clarify if you were moving slowly, because when you exit something's melee range, like you exited A's melee, or at N4, there's a scimitar man. So if you had exited that melee range at normal speed, it would have attacked you, but you moved slowly.
Okay.
And you seem to have moved yourself further away from the exit for the game, which is column 20.
I did. I did do that.
Oh my.
Okay, so I've moved to the left of these attackers, and as I do, I throw my coat to the side and reach down as if I had concealed a double-barreled shotgun near my hip, which of course I did not, because I don't have any guns. But if I had, I make a raising movement and look right at the scimitar elemental, and I say, "Foom." And having done so, I am attacking with a double-barreled shotgun loaded with incendiary shells. And I'm attacking with both barrels.
Who are you attacking?
The one that's Scimitar Man number 1, I believe, or number 2. The one that moved directly in front of me. The one that is currently located at N3.
Okay. Yeah, that's Scimitar Man and number 2. Sand Elemental number 2. So, a small note. These creatures can parry. Parry is like a counterattack. You can parry a melee or a ranged attack from an attacker who's next to you. Parrying a ranged attack coming from someone right next to you gives the defender melee superiority. Melee superiority gives the defender +2 to their circumstance roll on parry. So my parry is +9, and it's going to be +11. So I'm going to roll a d10 now. I got a 10, so I roll again. I got a 10. That's amazing. So I'm at 25, +9, +2. So 34 + 2 is 36. So I think I'm going to attack you probably.
But that's still against an opposed roll, right?
Yeah, if you can 36 or above, you win ties. No, defenders win ties. Defenders win ties.
Okay,
just saying, strategically, shooting things next to you with a ranged weapon, this is sort of a thing that can... 36, or whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
What was it? Yeah.
Well, I do get a +2 range bonus.
Yeah, because this is your aimed shot, you're calling it. Or point blank shot.
It's a point blank range. Okay, well... Oh. Well, that's a 10.
Ooh, roll again.
And a 6.
Ooh.
+3, or no, wait. No, I don't get a plus to that, but I do get a +2 because of the range bonus, so that's 18 to hit, I suppose.
That is less than something in their 30s, so I think it hits
yes, it is.
you. I think it's going to make a scimitar attack. That is first 1 attack. I think this is just 1 attack, right? Because you only make 1 attack when you... Okay. 2 damage to your torso and gain bleed 1.
Okay, so I have a bulletproof vest on that is going to deflect that damage at hardness 4. So I just have the bleed 1 then.
Indeed. I think, do conditions still happen if damage gets reduced to 0? Probably, because I didn't see any rules that said they didn't. But again, 300-page rulebook. I could be wrong. So yeah, you both are bleeding. And you're probably realizing that these sand creatures here in the desert are scary as heck. Who's next in the initiative?
Next would be the J. It started with a J. Junaldo?
Junaldo.
Yeah, Junaldo number 1. Was there just one of those?
There are 2 of these. They have line of sight. They can see you. They are going to declare a target. First target is going to be... Actually, no, they can't see. I'm drawing lines here on my board. I think the sand elementals being very tall are blocking you guys because there's one at N3, N4, and N6. So I'd say they probably can't see you through all that because these things are located at M9 and L10. So I don't think they can see you. The last one to go is the Tamagaro Sand Elemental, way up at H9. And it also cannot see you guys because I'm looking at the map and I just don't think it can see you. You guys, the enemies are blocking the line of sight of the other enemies. That ends the round. Oh, you didn't roll for bleed, did you, Markely?
Yep. I just realized that. Yeah, I've taken 2, so that's 2 stamina damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, starting the round. How do you guys feel about the first round of combat? I think it took half an hour.
Yeah, I feel like it should move quicker once we're familiar with the system, I think.
Just before we continue, Markely, what's your location on the map? I forgot to move you.
N2.
N2. Thank you.
Okay, so are we still in combat then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm yet to take any damage. Only my arm has taken damage.
The problem I'm seeing is that if we have to move through, we've got this difficult terrain on our right, off to in the direction that we need to go. And moving through there that close to the enemies seems ill-advised. Like, it seems like they're gonna, I'm not quite sure how to get around these ones that are right in front of us, is the problem. I was hoping to have done some damage and then circle around them the other direction.
But they just kind of like counterattacked you. Yeah.
Yeah. So At this point, I did manage to move around to the side of one of them, so it looks like if I can avoid taking too much damage from them as I disengage, I may be able to make a break for it behind them. I did recognize the danger in that last, like with the way that they closed on us, like that. I just gave it my best shot, and it didn't land. So
we're gonna head into round 2. I'm gonna continue with my Scimitar Man Sand Elemental attack. Strategically, right? They're desert sand elementals. I think they're gonna start a whirlwind around a core, and that core is gonna be Withered Wing. Maybe Markely, for story reasons, they're not focusing on you. You guys ever seen like a whirling dervish, a dust cloud? It focuses on one point. So for story reasons, they're going to focus on 04. Scimitar Man Sand Elemental number 1 is going to declare a target. Withered Wing. Step 2, the attacker says their attack method. Scimitar. Step 3, the defender says which defense method they are going to use. The options are evasion, parry,
Evasion or parry?
Cover, and dive for cover.
Could I technically dive for cover into the cactus?
You cannot end your cover and difficult terrain are different. You cannot end your turn in difficult terrain.
All right. Well,
you can dive for cover behind the cactus. Like if someone on the right side of the cactus is attacking you, you could claim that you have cover between them and yourself because there's the cactus on your right side. But there's no cactus between you and the Scimitarman Sand Elementals.
Well, then I will parry. I'm going to try and to deflect with my knife. Try and deflect the attack and bounce it back.
Now we make opposed rolls. I'm going to roll for my scimitar. It's 2 attacks. One is at +5, so that's a 10 total. Does the first one hit you?
My total number, I rolled a 9, so +5, that's a 9. That is a 14.
It swings its sand scimitar at you, and you parry with your shadow knife, and you deal damage to it. How much damage did you do?
I did a 9 points of damage.
Holy cow. Roll the hitbox.
That's a 1.
So this time it is the left leg, and you said 9 damage, so we are down to 6 armor on the leg as well. And just to remind you guys, the way damage works is you deplete the limb, and then you start depleting the more central body parts. Just to read this off to you guys, the left leg has 17 hit points and 6 remaining armor points. Okay, the second sand scimitar attack. This one is only at +3. Rolled a 4 to hit you. That's probably going to miss. In fact, I need to roll a second time to see if this is a critical fumble. No, the second dice is only a 5. It was not a critical fumble.
I rolled a 3 plus a 5. That's an 8.
You hit. How much damage do you do, and to where?
The destination is a 2. The damage is a 7.
15 minus 7.
The destination was a 2.
Oh, yes. Yes, this is the right leg.
I got something about them legs, you know.
That's 8 remaining armor on it. This one's legs. Now, the second scimitar sand elemental's turn. First, it's going to declare the target is Withered Wing. Then it's going to roll its scimitar attack against you.
You know I'm going to parry that stuff, right?
It's a 6 to hit you. What was your parry?
It's also a 6, but am I allowed to use a Craze point on that to increase it up?
You don't need to because defenders win ties.
Oh, right.
How much damage did you do this scimitar man number 2, sand elemental?
Oh, right. I rolled a 10 for location.
That's the head.
And damage, headshot for 6 points.
The head armor is depleted from 20 to 14.
Oh, dang it.
That is the first damage on this second scimitar man, sand elemental. It does a second attack on you, Withered Wing. What are you going to use as your defense method?
Parry. I'm parrying all day long.
It gets a 9 to hit you.
That is an 11 to parry.
How much damage do you do it with your knife, your shadow knife, against its scimitar sand blade?
That is 8 points of damage to area number 4.
7 remaining armor on its right arm. The tide is turning. The scimitar men sand elemental are finding that they both attacked you and they dealt no damage to Withered Wing. The sand shifts. The mounds are whirling around you with all the sand as they're trying their best.
You can't hurt the shadow, boy.
Markely, who's next?
Tomagaro at N6.
Thank you. The Tamagaro at N6 is going to run. 1, 2, 3, 4. It moves to J6. And now it's going to shadow ball attack you guys. No, dust ball attack you guys. Smoke gas ball. It makes an attack against Markely for 4 plus 0. Does that hit you?
Let's see here. I got an 8 to evade that attack.
Nope, doesn't hit you. Who's next in the initiative?
Withered Wing.
Remember that you're bleeding at the end of this turn.
Absolutely. What was the enemy that just moved, and where did they move to? I forgot to move them.
They moved from N6 to J6.
All right.
They actually can run 6 spaces, but they ran 4. Whatever.
That's all right. There's not much I can do except keep on the defensive and I'm just going to slow move 1 square to 03.
I would like to remind you that the only way to end this battle really is to get to the 20 column. You have moved further from it if you move there.
Well, I can't move through the cacti. There's like 3 blocks of them.
I think you could.
Yes. Here are the difficult terrain movement rules. You can slow move through difficult terrain like normal. When using normal, run, sprint, or charge movement, each square of difficult terrain costs double movement, and you can't end your movement on difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm. So I would like to move through the cactus so I want to move from 04 to 08.
What movement speed are you using to do that?
You know what? Darn it all. I'm just going to sprint. I do have this ability called run and gun, which means I get no run penalty on sprays. So I kind of want to run and pull out my handgun and shoot as I go.
Your sprint is 6 squares, and it seems like it would take you 4 squares to get from 04 to 08. Difficult terrain halves movement.
Well, then let me get to the N6 then.
All right, yeah, you can do that. You do suffer an attack of opportunity from both B and A.
That's okay.
Does a 8 hit you? And does a 8 hit you?
7 and a 5, that's a 12. And a 6 and a 5, that is an 11. So 12 to the first, 11 to the second.
The scimitars slash at where you were a moment before, as the sand is too slow to get Withered Wing.
So what it's like is I kind of like touch the shadow of the cactus, and I melt into it and reappear in N6.
Nice.
As I am I allowed to use my run and gun to fire at them as I'm moving?
Yeah, you are.
That is a 9 and an 18. That's a 27.
Are you attacking both of them? Is 27 just one attack, or?
27 is just one attack.
Got it. I'll have that against the N3 one or against the N4 one?
Have it against N4 because it's closest. Well, it was closest to me. Because it's directly in front of me.
Okay, they got a dice explosion of a 17 plus their evasion is +6. It did hit them.
7 damage to area 10, which I believe is the head. Number 10 for 7.
Oh, that was their head. Whoa.
Again.
They're down to 13 armor on their head. Wow.
Joe Boy can hit when he needs to.
Oh my goodness.
And now for my stamina damage. I took 2 stamina.
So what that looks like is the shadow blades are going pew pew right through the sand whirling dervish. And
No. My pistol.
Your pistol is going pew pew right through the sand. Yeah, sorry, I said shadow blades. Shadow bullets. And where it hits the sand whirling dervish, the sand scatters and falls to the desert floor and does not rejoin the dervish. Da da da. You're slowly whittling down the amount of sand that's whirling in this whirling dervish.
All right. I'm next, I think. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. That's the end of my turn.
I'm just going to run, hoping that the attacks of opportunity do not hit, and I'm going to run straight, north. We're going to call it north. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I can go straight up to J2, and I'm also going to run and gun as I go. So I'm going to fire both of my Pew Pew finger guns at the scimitar man at N3 as I run away from him, hoping he is distracted.
Oh yes, that's right. I said he was whirling around Withered Wing, the scimitar man, sand elemental.
You know what? I'm going to use a Craze point on this attack just to make sure it hits. Make sure I don't mess myself up too much here. So I got an 8 initially on that attack score. And then if I use a Craze point, I roll 1d6 and add that to the amount. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Okay. With my Craze point, that adds a 4. So that brings the total to hit up to 12.
Scimitarmen sand elementals have a +6 to their evasion, so as it just simply whirls around in a dervish trying to follow Withered Wing, 9 + 6 is 15.
Wow. Nifty.
It's hard to hit the air.
It is.
How can you hurt the desert? And that places you where on the grid?
J2.
J2. Got you. All right, so we've been doing this particular combat for an hour. I'm going to call it at an hour per combat, because otherwise we will not get through. You guys have reached your destination. Combat is over. You guys are running away from these sand elementals. The desert is crazy, y'all. The desert is crazy. Combat is over. You finally have a moment to take a breath, to slow down, to think about why you're here in this desert. Why you're willing to brave these dangerous lands in pursuit of your goal. You raise your head to spot it on the horizon. There it is. The ruins of the observatory. Your goal is that ruined desert observatory. Let's jump back in time for a flashback when you were researching your destination. Withered Wing and Markely, you remember how you both happened to be in the New Anthera library at the same time. You recognized each other as fellow Fire-Breathing Kittens members. What kinds of topics would your character be researching in the New Anthera library, and what role would you do to determine what you found?
Well, if I was in the library just before this adventure, then I was definitely researching the various force output of conventional firearms to see if my magic can do as good or better. And I would use info gathering for that, I would think.
All right, and Withered Wing, what are you looking for? What would your character be researching in the library? And what role would you determine what you found?
I'll be researching the supposed paranormal entities, because I'm a bit of an expert on that, but I'm sure there's things I've never heard of. So I'll probably be using my intelligence to roll for that one. I'm looking for any information regarding on my condition, or just other potential people like me out there.
So we've got one person looking for information on shadow forms and paranormal information, and one person looking for how to make finger guns. All right. Skills are numbers that range from 1 to 10. They are linked with one of your character's attributes. You can roll a d10 and add your skill bonus and your attribute bonus and compare the results against a target number to see how good your character did at an activity. Here are target numbers and their difficulty ranking. Target number 4, very easy. Target number 8, easy. Target number 12, average. 16, difficult. 20, very difficult, etc. up until 40, mythical. Skill tests can never use Craze points. I have tables here, and I have results for what you guys can find. Go ahead and tell me what number you rolled, and I'll tell you everything up to, each one is slightly more and more and more information. So up to the number that you roll.
Well, I have a little bit more better luck. So my intelligence is rank 2, and that falls underneath the non-combat. So I'm assuming I take the 4 from my non-combat, add it to my intelligence of rank 2, plus my dice roll.
I'll take it, yeah. What did you get?
That comes out to a nifty 12.
Here's your results. With a 4, you find that Nero Sombrastern researched shadow forms at the Sombrastern Observatory. Nero Sombrastern researched shadow forms at the Sombrastern Observatory. With an 8, are you good on what the 4 is?
Yes.
Okay, with an 8, Nero Sombrastern is dead, and the observatory empty. Are you ready for 12?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
People mostly avoid the Sombrastern Observatory. Those who have been to the middle level report that they saw ghosts and ran away. No one has returned from the top level of Sombrastern Observatory, the dome that used to house the telescope.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that was your 4, your 8, and your 12. We are returning to Markely. Please use something that adds to your roll, and roleplay why you're doing that.
Right. So I'm going to use data analysis because I'm analyzing the data.
You started the episode with finger guns. You already mastered your finger guns. What could you be researching? What is interesting to your character?
I'm in the library researching the known activities of the group of assassins that I most recently saw working in close concert with Archwizard Williams. That would be the Nightshade Syndicate?
Yes, the Nightborn right? Syndicate.
Nightborn? Yes. The Nightborn Syndicate. I didn't have that name handy. Yes.
Yes.
So I'd be researching what I can find out about them.
The Nightborn Syndicate only works for people who hire them. So that is a base 0. I will tell you that. You already know that. They are hired right. by people. So tell me your number, and I'll tell you information.
Okay. So I rolled a... let's see. 9 plus 6 would be 15.
15. That is very high. You almost got a 16. Okay. The Nightborn Syndicate only works for people who hire them. So you look for their past activity. They have been hired before by many people. They are killers for hire. In this case, they killed whiffs. The whiffs were eaten by someone named Gameldoon, the Grand Devourer. Gameldoon targets beings to make contracts to be a warlock with. The beings whose lives have been or would be improved by having magic are his favorite targets. He takes their magic and gives them his instead, so he has leverage over them. You think it's unlikely that any of the Nightborn Syndicate are his warlocks. That is with your 4. With your 8, you look for past warlocks of Gameldoon and their history with hiring the Nightborn Syndicate. You find a famous past warlock of Gameldoon's, whose name was Gloria Bauer. She often hired the Nightborn Syndicate and used her warlock magic and the Nightborn Syndicate to pursue Gameldoon's goals. With a 12, so you know the current warlock is Archwizard Williams, who hired the Nightborn Syndicate. Before that, it was Gloria Bauer, who also hired the Nightborn Syndicate. And now, this even older information is long ago an ocean research lab that bred animals as magical test subjects was destroyed by a warlock of Gameldoon. This is back before Gloria Bauer. You feel that this was perhaps before the Nightborn Syndicate even existed, and it gives you some insight into the motivations of Gameldoon.
Excellent. That's a lot to learn.
You find each other in the library doing research together. Go ahead and chat. You know each other from the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild Hall, and you're like, oh, I've seen you around the guild.
Hey, Wing. How's it going? What's new, Wing?
Oh, nothing much. Markely, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Man, so many names, so many faces. It's a lot to remember as a new member, isn't it?
Yes. So many people. All very cool, though. What are you up to today?
Oh, just researching supernatural occurrences and whatnot. Apparently, there's a guy up at a observatory or lab kind of thing. He used to do some research into my kind of line of research, but apparently he's dead, and people avoid that place like the plague because they've seen ghosts and people have disappeared in there as well. So I'm thinking it might be a good idea to go on over there and have a look.
You say research? What was it? Was it research on other living beings?
Honestly, as the player, I can't remember. I'm assuming so. I can't rightly remember. I've been having trouble with my memory lately, but I'm sure some of the answers I seek might be up there, but I'm a bit hesitant to go on my own.
As it happens, my curiosity has turned towards shadowy experiments of late. There may be a connection that I'm looking for, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet.
Well,
would you like some company?
I would absolutely love some company. I was about to suggest why don't we travel together, because as you can see, I'm old Shadow. So I might be able to help you out with some of your questions and whatnot.
Excellent. Well, do you know where this place is that you wanted to investigate?
I believe it said it was like in a desert.
And with that, the flashback lifts, and you find yourself in the desert observatory. You are there now. You have reached the old, ruined Sombrastern observatory. Do you go inside?
Well, seeing as how the sand elementals are outside and the observatory is inside, I vote for inside.
I second that vote.
The wind blows a bit of sand ominously behind them as they enter the ground floor of the old, ruined observatory. It's a spacious area, about A through O rows by 1 through 20 columns, where each grid is 5 feet. The interior walls that used to divide this space into rooms have crumbled, as if, after an earthquake or a Super Saiyan combat, bricks have been jolted out of them. Cracks splinter these crumbled walls. Do you have a pen or a way to mark on the grid where these walls are? That's right. It's another battle.
Yay!
Oh, dang. I just got over the last one. I have a pen.
Ready.
There are stairs up to the next level at every space in the A row. That is not a wall. Okay, A4 and A5 are walls. B5, B13, B14, C8, C9, C13, D3, D4, D8, D13, D14, D15, E3, E8, E9, E14, F3, F17, F18, G7, G8, G9, G17, H7, H16, H17, H18, I12, I13, I18, J6, J7, J12, J13, J14, K5, K6, K7, K13, L6, L16, L17, M3, M4, M5, M6, M15, M16, M17, N5, N16, O15, O16, O17. And I've sent a picture of that in the chat. Does your grid match this picture of the grid?
Indeed, it does.
Yep.
Which of you starts on O9 and which on O10?
I'll be on 09.
And I'll be
All right.
on 010.
Perfect. All right. So you are inside an observatory. There are crumbled walls around you. If you reach A, you will reach the column, or the steps up. And you may notice that it is a pretty straight shot to A. Just kind of get around some columns. I'm just going to tell you, there's cover in this room for all of these walls. And if you don't have line of sight, you can't see things, right? So it's possible there could be things behind the walls that you cannot see. I'm not going to start off telling you any enemy locations. So does that make sense? Because there's like just building the scene of the room in your head. There's rubble walls and you can't see the whole room. Go. We're going to follow the same initiative as last time because there's no visible enemies. So Markely, who was first?
I believe that was me.
Yeah, out of the two of us, Withered Wing goes first.
Well,
What movement mode do you use, Withered Wing?
well, I want to say sprint, but it's more like I'm going to walk a very long distance. Because saying that I sprint makes me think I'm being chased, but I'm not being chased. I'm just going to walk a very long distance.
Right.
So I believe you said I had 6 spaces of movement. So I move on up to J10. No, I10. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Got it.
Yeah, and I'm walking with my sniper rifle out, just, trying to be aware of my surroundings.
I'm sorry, did you say J or I that you moved up to?
I.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to... Let's see. Yep. I'm going to move diagonally up to M11. Just, letting you take the lead, letting Withered Wing take the lead, but I'm covering him, over his shoulder there, trying to get to where I can see as much as I can around these columns between us and the stairs.
The round ends. The round begins again. Withered Wing.
Once more, I'm doing the same as I did before, moving up the 6 spaces.
When you hit D10, you enter line of sight, and you end it at C10. Okay, so you saw you hear an unoiled creak. A screen lights up on a machine that is at A13. The screen displays intruders detected, defenses activated, powering on, as the screen lights up on this old rusty machine. And that is where we're going to go to break. At A13, there's something powering on. Joining us for part 1 were Markely.
I can't wait.
And Withered Wing.
Dang nabbit.
Leave us a review on iTunes and we'll read it on air. Goodbye.
It's the mid-episode break. Did you know? We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is if you tell someone about us. Is there someone you know who would smile at this episode? Sharing it with them would help us. Thank you.
Today's mid-episode shout-out is, quote, to all the parents like Jorge and Suki who are tirelessly juggling work, family, and everything in between. Your love and dedication are an inspiration. End quote. Is there an episode of Fire Breathing Kittens that would make someone you know smile? Telling them about it would help us. Thank you.
Welcome back to part 2 of GunCraze, the actual play podcast episode by Fire Breathing Kittens. We should probably tell you what happened in the first part. So, Markely, Withered Wing, do either of you want to share a recap?
I'll take a shot at it. So, we learned via flashback that Withered Wing and Markely were both researching in the library their various tragic backstories and how to get the better of their arch nemesis and former persecutors and things of that nature. And those clues led us out to a bunker in the desert that
Close.
is a lab, right?
No.
No, not quite.
Observatory.
It's an observatory. That's right. It's not a lab. It's an observatory. But in any case, we are at an observatory in the
bunker, for
desert.
sure.
Not a bunker. No, not a bunker.
Might be a laboratory, but it's not a bunker.
You know, my language was not specific enough, but it is an observatory in the middle of the desert. After fighting a terrifying battle against sand elementals, which we barely escaped, we made it into the bottom floor of the observatory, where we have walked into a room that is dilapidated and deserted, and after making it most of the way across the room, Withered Wing has apparently been noticed by some sort of security system that is just activated. And
intruders detected, defenses activated, powering on. You hear an unoiled creak. A screen lights up on an old rusty machine. It displays the words that I have just intruders detected. Markely, it's your turn. But we should roll initiative for these new friends.
Are the heroes maintaining their previous initiative rolls? Is that what we decided?
If you would like to roll new ones, you can. I'm open to it. But anyway, if you would like to say red is 6, orange is 17, and yellow is 4.
I think I will make another initiative roll. A 9.
And you're keeping track this time, too?
I've got it.
And I rolled a 10.
All right, it's up to you, Markely, to announce who's going when, because I did not write your guys' down. So I'm just officially backseat initiativing, which is weird for me as a GM of many other systems where I had to keep track of that.
It's almost like you're a player now.
Yeah, I have no idea what's coming next.
Okay, so the initiative order will be orange, Withered Wing, Markely, red, and yellow.
Sounds good. Orange is going to do nothing. End
Yeah.
turn.
Well, then, our objective is get to the stairs, so I'm going to sprint
To clarify, you will get to the next level if you get to the stairs.
on the next level.
So it is your turn. Are you going to run for the
Well-
stairs?
Well, I
Or do
don't
we
want to
wanna
leave
leave-
you behind, so I'm going to move forward I'm just going to walk up 2 squares to B10, and I'm going to take an Overwatch position with my rifle and turn.
Okay. Overwatch.
Okay,
Is
so-
that from the rules?
That's more of a descriptive thing than anything.
Okay, well, in the rules it says that you can, I believe, like, hold your turn. Let me get to the rules for that. Holding. Alternative actions in combat. If you hold, you can delay some or all of your turn until later in the round. Holding characters wait to declare a movement and take an action until after another character's turn is happening. Once you're ready to end your hold, you roll an opposed reaction roll against the character whose turn is being interrupted. If you're successful, you take your turn, and your position in the initiative order permanently moves to before that character you interrupted. If you fail to interrupt their turn, your hold ends when their turn ends, and your initiative moves to after the character you tried to interrupt. So are you holding?
I'm just going to say it's more flavor.
Okay,
It's a yes or no question.
No, I'm not holding.
Okay, well then are you attacking?
I'm not attacking. I'm just, as I said, it is flavor. I'm just moving up, and I'm, getting ready for my next turn.
Are you ending your turn?
Yes, I'm ending my turn. I did say that I've ended my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
So, from where I am at M11, so it's my turn next. Where I'm at M11, can I see anything lighting up, or have I just heard these ominous words coming from somewhere?
I believe you would be almost entirely unaware of anything happening. The screen lit up, but the machine technically didn't say. Machines can't talk, so it didn't say anything. It's just the screen did that thing, so I read that out loud.
Okay.
So I imagine Withered Wing probably might communicate to you. I don't know. Withered Wing, do you communicate with Markely?
No, I think he would have heard me go, "Oh, dang it!"
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I see that he's reacted to something. Oh, goodness. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm just so slow. Okay, let me go ahead and run. Yep, I'm going to run up to I-11.
I have moved your token on the board. Who goes next? Or are you doing an action?
Well, if I scan over to the... I've come around that column. If I look over to my right, is there anything... do I see anything, or is it just dark building?
Unoccupied building. Observatory ruins. Not a bunker.
Nothing there. Not a bunker. Observatory ruins. Nothing there. Yeah, that's it then. Red has a turn now.
Red is at A13. Red is going to... I have the steps here. Steps. Attacker names their target. Withered Wing. Step 2. Attacker says their attack method. Plasma cannon blast. Step 3. The defender says which defense method they're using.
Well, I ain't parrying, no, I ain't parrying, so I'm gonna evade.
Evade, right?
Correct.
Yeah, there's probably not any parrying a cannon blast.
Absolutely not.
Step 4. The attacker and defender make opposed rolls. Defenders win ties. So this crawler drone, for anyone who wants the listeners who want to look up the stats, is going to roll a plasma cannon blast. It's 1 attack. Roll a d10 and I add 5. And the d10 was a 10 plus an 8 plus 5 is 23.
And I am being that with a 14.
The plasma cannon blast hits. I do 4d6 of damage. Wow. 13 damage to... I am rolling a hitbox. Your head.
So my armor absorbs 4 of that, so I take 9 points of physical damage.
To the armor, and then... so here are the exact rules. If you have hardness left over... So what was the difference between the damage coming in and the hardness that your armor subtracted from it?
I took 4 points of damage off.
And what was the remainder?
Leaves 9.
That 9 damage gets applied to the armor, I think.
Then doesn't that mean my armor is dead? It only has 4 AP.
So, I think your armor should have 2 stats. It should have a hardness points and then the armor rating. Or
apply hit point damage minus hardness. Oh, so hit point damage versus is this? Yeah, this is hit point damage. Okay, apply hit point damage minus hardness to the armor at that hit location as the armor takes some of the brunt of the attack for you. Yeah.
So I take 9 points of damage, of physical damage, because my armor is 4 on my head.
Hit point damage minus hardness gets applied to the armor until the armor is out of armor hit points.
Well, then my armor's out of hit points already.
Okay.
I think.
The third step is you suffer half of the damage rounded up that was absorbed by the armor as stamina damage. And then the step 4, the last step, is if there's still damage remaining after the armor absorbed some that carryover damage hits the biological hit location, and then you make a toughness test. To make a toughness test, roll a d10 and add your toughness bonus. Compare the result to the damage that the biological hit location took. On a success, you're all good. If your toughness roll of d10 plus toughness doesn't reach the amount of damage that your biological position took, then you gain a condition. That head hit location gets the condition of knocked out.
Now they consider me knocked out. I rolled a 7.
Oh, you rolled a 7 and you took more than that. Okay. Markely, you see Withered Wing take a laser cannon blast, a plasma cannon blast to the head and drop to the ground. Oh, you guys, we never healed your bleeding from previously. Oops. I just remembered. Oh, well, anyway. So now that you have the condition of knocked out, that means that you immediately lose all remaining stamina points and you are on the ground. This is very bad news for you.
Okay. Right. I would love to do something in response, but according to initiative, Yellow gets to go next.
Yellow is powered off. Yellow does nothing. Yellow ends its turn.
Okay, Orange?
Orange is powered off. Orange does nothing. Orange ends its turn.
Cool. And Withered Wing is knocked out.
Yes. Withered Wing is prone. Withered Wing cannot take actions, reactions, or spend Craze points. Knocked out characters are always hit against a target number of 3, but can benefit from cover. There's no cover between you and A, the red Withered Wing. To read some rules for you guys,
okay.
An adjacent ally may attempt to awaken a knocked out character. And that's on page 314. You're not adjacent. I won't read that yet.
All right. I'm going to move to H10 at a run.
The first movement, so you were at I-11. Moving to H10 only takes 1 movement. So
yes.
Are you holding the remainder of the run?
Yes, I'm going to... Well, hang on. Can I do
You've
normal?
moved 1 space.
I can do normal. Okay. Let me do normal speed then. I'm going to move 1 space up to normal speed at normal speed. From there, I should have line of sight to A13. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, I have a line that I'm drawing. I got lots of pieces of paper here. I'm putting this piece of paper over my grid, and it does let you see A. Now you can see A.
Okay. So from there, I'm going to Pew Pew at red at the thing that just cannon blasted my friend here. And I'm going to use my talent twin fury. So I'm gonna shoot both both handgun weapons at once, in order to get the bonus there.
Evasion 7 on the D10.
Okay. So I've got 14.
You hit. How
All
much
right.
damage do you do to the crawler drone, red?
Well, 1d6 per shot, which is 2 shots at once. So both finger guns, but gave him both fingers, and and Twin Fury gives me an advantage dice for that damage roll.
As a fun special fact, all hitboxes are the same hitbox for the crawler drone, 1 through 10. It only has 1 hitbox. It's a cube. It's an evil companion cube.
Nifty. Can you use Craze points on damage rolls? I can't recall.
I see nothing saying you can't. For every 1 Craze point spent, you get a D6. And I'm going to say up to 3. There you go. GM Fiat.
Okay, cool. because that damage roll was terrible. So I'm going to need to use a Craze point to make sure I get some damage on this thing. Okay, I'll take that. So...
Oh, do still make your hit location roll, because if you get a 10 on it, I take more damage.
Right. Okay, hit location... hit location is a 10.
Double the damage you deal me.
Fantastic. So I with the advantage dice and the Craze point, then I've got 7. So I did 7 total damage plus, so then double that, so that'd be 14. Right?
My goodness, you've reduced my armor from 30 to, is that 16? 16 armor.
Okay. And after
And
having
what that looks
stepped out...
like.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What does that look like? I'm an evil companion cube robot. You have finger gun pew pews.
Yeah. So I step up, confidently shouting "pew pew," and give it both magical, metaphorical barrels directly in the screen there. I guess it probably sparks and belches some fire out, wouldn't you think?
And stumbles. And makes a creak rusty sound.
Fantastic. After stepping out and shooting, I'm going to use the rest of my move action to step one more step to the left and take cover. Am I behind cover if I go back to H9 there?
Yes. I see G9 in front of you is a wall. You duck your head behind this crumbling, cracking wall.
Okay. And I will end my turn there.
Wonderful. Whose turn is it next?
Red.
Why, that's the damaged companion cube. It focuses on you, the more big problem, and it sprints to you. So, 1 to go to B12, 2 to go to C12, 3 to go to D12, 4 to go to E12, 5, 6 to go to F11. You know, it can run and go 7, so it's only a run, and then it can also attack. Perfect. So now it's at F11, and it's going to plasma cannon blast you. Whoa, will this be a total party kill? Let's find out. Plasma cannon blast. I name target and attack, and you now name defense type.
Evasion.
Okay, you also can do cover.
Yeah.
Because in this field, just letting you know, let me just list off options. This is not a GM opinion. I'm listing possibilities. The defender says which defense method they're using. The options are evasion, cover, parry, and diving for cover. Evasion is kind of like dodge. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, you can dodge both melee and ranged attacks. Cover uses the terrain or objects to not get hit. If a melee attacker is standing right next to the defender, there's no cover between them. Parrying is like a counterattack. You can parry a melee or a ranged attack from an attacker who is next to you. Parrying a ranged attack causes melee superiority, blah, blah, blah. Lastly, the defender can dive for cover if they spend Craze points. Okay, so, sorry. What is your choice? I just wanted to read all the options. Ignore me. I'm just the GM learning a new rule system.
Okay.
I have no opinion.
Okay, so do I have cover? Do I have cover still from where it's at? Okay. So I can use cover. I'm unclear about how the roll works to use cover. I couldn't find that.
So as the GM, I have literally a different number for I haven't seen your player stats, but I have +4 for cover, +9 for parry, +6 for evasion. I have literally different numbers. So you should have +4, literally...
Yeah, okay. It says 4 equals medium. I'm assuming if that's talking about medium cover?
Yeah, let's call this medium cover.
Okay, sure. So so that's going to be a +4. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to use cover because you can roll first.
What's your evasion? I'm just curious.
Evasion is 2.
Ah, so this is better.
Yeah. So I'm going to use cover, and the way that Craze points work is you roll first, and then you decide if you need the Craze point. So I could use cover, and then if that goes badly, I can dive by using a Craze point. Okay, cool. Yeah, that wasn't a great roll. So that's a total of 6 to not get hit. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to use a Craze point and dive.
Wait,
before
cover.
You
use a Craze point? Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so Plasma Cannon Blast attack profile causes critical fumbles on a 1 or a 2, which they themselves, you need to roll to confirm a critical fumble, fail on 1 or 2. So I have missed you, but not critically fumbled because I don't actually hit very often with my high-powered blast thing. I have an 80% hit. So before you use your Craze points, I blast the wall that you're standing behind.
Oh, okay, nice. Scary, but nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wall breaks apart, bricks flying in all directions, and now you realize what caused all those holes in the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see what has transpired here. Okay. I think it's just me and Red at this point, right? No, nothing else has activated its initiative, and Withered Wing is out.
Correct. Withered Wing.
Okay, so back to me.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming. Okay. So if it blew the wall apart that I was hiding behind, is that still an impassable space, or can I walk into it?
You know what? It's now, it blew the rubble so much that it's now just difficult terrain instead of an impassable space.
Fabulous.
I can't believe Withered Wing got headshotted.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna climb up over the remains of the wall, and as I do, I bring my quarterstaff, which I had. I don't think I mentioned earlier, but I do have a staff strapped to my back. It's an important prop. I bring the staff up and point the staff at Red and declare defiantly, "Shick shuck, boom!" And I make shotgun motions. And I'm going to fire at it with my magical shotgun.
My evasion is +0. I roll a 1. Ooh. What happens when you roll a 1 on your defense? That's not a critical fumble, no. It's only when you're attacking, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I did get I rolled a 10 on the dice, +3 attack bonus. But what happens when I roll a 10 on the main dice? I can't remember. Anything fun?
You get a second dice.
I get a second dice. A 7. Okay, so that brings us up to a total of 20 to hit on that shot.
What's your hitbox?
9.
All right, do not double your damage. How much damage did you do?
Okay, that shotgun blast is 3d6. Man. 5.
I go down from 16 armor to 11.
Okay, and then, let's see, that was 1. And then I'm going to continue my movement all the way over to E7.
The first diagonal costs 1, so you're at 1, 2 for the difficult terrain. 3, 4. How many? Wait, which one? E? What are you on?
Can I make it to E7 with 4? Hang on, that was 1.
Oh, I see. You're going that direction.
1,
okay,
2.
so 1, 2 to get to G9 because it's difficult terrain. 3 to get
3.
to E8 or F8. 4, 5 to get to E7. Do you have 5?
No, that would require
Okay.
a sprint, and I don't think you can stop and shoot in the middle of a sprint without
No.
penalty. Okay.
I'm going to put you on F7.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
could
one
make it to
less.
F7.
Right. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to roll, and if this dice is low, the robot runs out of batteries. The robot kind of goes creak, and the screen turns off.
Whew. Okay, I wait for just a moment to make sure that the robot is definitely not pointing any guns at me anymore.
Your friend's head wound oozes more onto the floor.
Okay, right. So I'm going to run over to Withered Wing and use my first aid skill.
Great. Let's use the Awaken ability. An adjacent ally may attempt to awaken a knocked out character as an alternate action. The knocked out character makes a toughness test TN8. That's you, Withered Wing.
One moment, please. Just checking my stat. That's a 8 and a 6. That's a 14.
That blows the toughness test requirement out of the water. It's only a toughness test 8. So, if successful, you regain 2d6 stamina points and are no longer knocked out.
I think I made a mess. As I come to consciousness, I think I might have messed up my armor, the stats.
Yeah, but your armor is kind of messed up. Your armor is kind of messed up.
Also, out of character, that's me saying, I think I messed up my armor stats.
It's our first time playing. If I've made 0 mistakes, then I'll insert improbable thing here.
Oh, well, this is a huge mistake because I'm looking at the stats for tactical light armor, which I'm wearing tactical ballistic armor. And even they've got like 20 for the torso, 15 for the arms and legs, whereas me, I've got 6. So my armor counts are way off.
That makes sense because I was like, how did I drop you with one hit? But anyway, so going forward, you recover 2d6 stamina points. What's your new stamina?
My new stamina is 9.
Great. And just to remind you guys about healing, you can rest to spend Craze points to recover stamina.
So should I, for my remaining armor, and counting for damage to the body armor, should I bring it up to par with what's in the book?
Yeah.
Adjusting. Please hold. So that one is now 18. That one is 15, and that one's 15.
Did you take any actual damage that I can use a first aid check to try to heal you with first aid skill?
Sure. I actually took 9 points of damage to the head, accounting for my old armor of 4. I'm going to say that because of my in real life fumble, my helmet is now blasted.
Fair.
Okay. Let's see here. Treat wounds.
First aid gives you a +1 plus your skill level as a bonus to your rolls to stop bleeding and lets you do things like roll a d10, add your first aid skill plus your attribute of intelligence to the dice, and you can roll to revive a knocked out character, which is interesting. Wait, because the knocked out section has awaken. Oh, I see. So it has them roll a toughness test. So there's multiple ways to revive knocked out characters. You can roll a first aid, or you can have them do a toughness test of 8. The awaken. So awaken, first aid. You can force someone to wake up, or they can wake themselves up.
Well, okay, so maybe not. It has treat wounds as an option for first aid, but it says that takes 6 hours of care. So maybe we don't have time for that kind of. We don't have time for that. I could stop bleeding, but it didn't say that he was bleeding.
It's just a bit of burns from the plasma cannon. I should be fine on my own.
You guys actually were bleeding after the first combat.
Yeah.
And we just kind of timed out of that combat because we're not going to spend more than an hour on a combat. So, of our time, probably not listener time. It will be edited. But, so if you want to roll to stop your guys' 2 bleedings, I didn't force you to do that before. Let's do that now. Out of fairness, you were bleeding.
Well, I did get
for toughness.
I didn't want to waste this great first aid roll because I rolled a 10 plus 6, so I got a 16 on the first aid. So that ought to stop the bleeding. Yeah.
That's why you're not bleeding.
Yep.
Oh, hurrah!
All right.
Wow, thank you very much. Yeah, Markely, wasn't that? Yes, it was.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, now here's some more rules for you guys. Your character can't be stabilized during combat because it's something that requires focused medical attention, and combat rounds are fast, just 2 seconds long. So after combat ends, your friends are stabilizing you, etc. Friends with first aid skills can try a stabilization check once each minute, etc., etc. So we're all doing this by the rules. It's very good. Now the resting mechanic. Are you guys interested in recovering hit points? Would you like to hear that mechanic?
Yes. We should probably rest here for a second, don't you think, my friend?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially since it's only 2 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, resting. If you spend your action on your turn resting, you can recover 1d6 of stamina points. And it says, while resting, you spend 1 craze point to recover 1d6 of hit points to a specific hit location is also an option. So are you missing stamina points or hit points? And then do you want to recover stamina points? That seems to be free. Or hit points, you gotta spend 1 craze point to roll a d6.
I do want to recover my stamina. I'm in the red, isn't it?
Stamina's free. Go ahead and roll for that. It's a d6 per round.
I only rolled a 1. But hey, at least I'm back up in double digits.
I had only lost 2 stamina points before, and I rolled a 6, so I recovered those.
Another round passes. Yellow and orange remain turned off. There's also a thing called, I don't expect you guys to use this. I'm just reading all the rules for you because that's my job as the GM. Learn all the rules, share them. There's a thing called Second Wind. You spend 1 Craze point to recover 3d6 stamina points. You can do that during a combat as your round. So if you're like super low suddenly after a turn, you can Second Wind yourself. And then a different page in this very same rulebook says that Second Wind lets you recover 2d6 stamina points and 1d6 hit points. So you guys should know about that mid-combat if you get really low. Okay. Withered Wing, how many rounds does it take you to get to full? It doesn't cost Craze points to recover stamina. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm just going to roll 5 rounds. Try and save us some time. So that's another 10, 14, 34. So that's 10 rounds.
10 rounds have passed. Markely, where are you on the board? And Withered Wing, where are you on the... Well, Withered Wing's at B10.
Yeah, I'm at B11.
All right. What do you guys do next?
I don't know, man. Do we want to look around on this floor? Do we want to see if we can find anything on this floor or go up the stairs?
So 15 rounds. It took me to regain full stamina. Well, now, I'm not sure I can take another one of them blasts. It kind of hurt.
Yeah, I would not like to take one either.
I ain't felt pain like that for a hot minute.
Maybe, I wonder if the security systems on the next floor are not as violent?
Well, there was definitely one way to find out.
All right, so upstairs?
Absolutely.
All right, let's head upstairs.
I head on upstairs.
I'm going to read what you guys left behind on this floor. Your characters don't know this, but you, the players, do. You would have found a notebook if you explored columns 1 through 5 or 14 through 20. It's laying open to a page with scribbled messy handwriting that says, Property of Nero Sombrastern. Withered Wing. This handwritten scribble catches your eye. And this is the words that you're reading. These words are written before the stars. Though stripped of flight and bound in shadow, the withered one shall find new wings, and with their rising, the age of shadow shall end.
Oh, that's what I would have read.
Right.
That would have given... Sorry. That would have given him quite an inflated ego.
Yeah, Markely, you would have read. This scribble would have caught your eye. And it shall come to pass that the second shall uncover the secret works of the first, and the exalted shall be humbled, for their triumph was built upon falsehood. The silver shall challenge the golden. By the revealing of the hidden craft, the champion shall be unseated, and the throne of merit shall pass to another.
Well, that would have been just absolutely tantalizing had I found it.
All right, now we're in the middle floor of the observatory. The middle floor of the observatory. You step up the stairs, you climb the stairs, and the middle floor of the observatory is different than the public floor below and the telescope dome above. You see only hallways, like the show Severance, or like some professional buildings. Instead of telling the players which spaces are walls, I'll be telling you which spaces are open, which represent hallways either 1 or 2 squares wide for this entire floor. So I'm just going to say this many spaces ahead of you, and then there's a left or right turn, you know? It's
okay.
You're in a hallway.
Yeah, we're in a hallway.
Yeah. But to the left and the right is the black void that is between stars.
Oh.
Well, now, that ain't something you'll see every day.
So, go ahead.
To begin, who starts on 07 and who starts on 08? It doesn't matter. Yeah,
right. I don't.
You guys, we don't have very much time.
I'll be on
so
07.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking to the left, that hallway goes down for 3 squares and then turns right. And looking to the right, that hallway goes down for 3 squares and then turns left. Beyond the path is void, like the dark between stars. As you look forward to M7, you guys can't see this grid, it's fine, it's fine. As you look forward, Withered Wing, your foot crunches on shattered glass. The shards are beneath a wall with a large square opening and a few shards of glass around the edges. Beyond this opening is a recess, a room behind the glass, with 3 walls and no exits. On your side of the glass, the wall sports an attached empty birdcage, the size used to house a canary songbird.
Oh, good Lord. Not them songbirds again.
You know something about this? Is this some kind of defense?
Against shadow folk, it is. We don't really like sharp sounds coming from them songbirds. The last place I went to, I eliminated them all.
Ah, okay.
And that cage brings back some hard memories. Having been caught on the inside of one for many, many a years.
Okay, so this cage is hanging in front of a window that's just directly in front of us. Is that...
It's a recess
right?
in the wall.
Recess in the wall. Okay.
Yeah, and it's sort of like you ever seen a museum exhibit where there's glass on the wall and then there's like a recess and there's something inside that recess?
Oh. Wait, well, it looks like somebody else beat you to this one, man, because this is whatever was in this cage has been broken out.
Does the cage look in any way familiar to me? Because I'm sure if it was the cage that Withered Wing was trapped in, there might be little scratch marks on the bottom of the cage indicating the passage of time.
Well, you were imprisoned in the Glimmersoot Woods, right? And this is an observatory in the desert, so it's not your cage.
Okay.
But there are scratches on the walls.
That don't look good. That don't look good none.
Okay. So there's nowhere for us to go forward. There's just this recess that's in front of us.
And don't forget to the left and the right.
Okay, yeah. So what do you think? Left or right?
I reckon we should both stay together. Maybe we should go to the right. No. Let's go to the left, and I'll take point.
Okay. All right. Let's work to the left first. We'll see what we see there.
So I start walking to the left with my rifle out, preparing for it, and just go to the corner and peek around.
When you peek around, you see a shadow formed like a humanoid. It is repeating a motion, pacing left and right and left and right and left and right, retracing its 5-foot path over and over again in the hallway.
There's just a shadowy figure in the hallway, just pacing back and forth, about 5 paces or so each time.
All right, I'll move forward and look over your shoulder.
You see the same thing.
Yeah, hello? Shadow person.
I have my rifle trained on him as he says that, on the shadow person as he says this.
Is there any response from the shadow person?
Yeah, it would totally attack you. But we don't really have time for that. So I'm going to say that it rushes for you, rushes through you, and falls into the void. But as it passes through you, you feel its memories. You feel that it was experimented on, and that it didn't start out as a shadow folk. It started out as a human being, now falling through the void.
Well.
Are you all right there,
Yeah,
Markely?
that was quite an experience. Let me take that in for a minute.
What did you experience?
It felt like that was somebody once upon a time, and now it's not. It's gone now. But I think whoever was here before was doing experiments on these people. Now that the shadow person is gone, what do I see in front of me? Is it a wall, or is there more hallway?
The hallway goes for 3 squares and then is a turn to the right.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, moving on down. Do the same thing for the next corner.
Yeah.
This corner, if you'd like to look to the left, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to the A row and stairs up. There's a piece of paper on the ground about halfway down.
The hallway looks clear, but there is a piece of paper about halfway down the hall just laying there on the ground.
All right. Keep an eye out. I'm going to go for the paper. I'm going to go see what it says.
I got you.
All right. So I'm going to...
I'll assume Overwatch while he... I'll hold an action to fire if anything untoward happens.
Noted.
Right.
The holding mechanics. You would interrupt somebody's turn. Got it.
I'm walking down the hallway slowly. And if I get to the paper, I'm going to pick it up and look at it.
It's a star chart signed by Nero. The stars are in a certain position, with a day that was years in the past written on it. A handwritten scribble says, "My time of death. Killed by one born in a cage and fed power." There's a sketch of a shark.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I make sure and tuck that paper into my into a pocket in my duster. I want to make sure we don't lose that. We're going to look at that later. I want to keep walking down the hallway, though. You all right, Wing? You with me?
Yeah, I'm right behind you. I'll follow at a distance.
All right.
Yeah, Withered Wing is okay. I'm not. I'm experiencing flashbacks on his behalf.
All right. Since nothing has attacked me in the hallway yet, I'm picking up speed just a little bit. I want to try to get to the stairs at the end of this hall.
You make it to the stairs at the end of this hall. I will tell you what you would have found if you had turned right. You turned left, right? Initially.
No, we went right.
No, from the entrance to the place, I think we went left. Yeah.
So if you had taken the other path through this room, you would not have found stairs. So good job. You found the way out. That's kind of important.
Yes. Chief.
You would have found, Markely, you would have found a book. As a student who was very nearly the valedictorian of your class, you have spent hours and hours studying books of magic and would recognize one anywhere. The tome you would have held in your hand is rare and precious. It's a handwritten first edition by an author who identifies themselves as Nero Sombrastern. In it, Nero explains the theory and practice of collecting cosmic magical energy from dark matter from the black between stars. A wizard could study this and after years of dedicated practice, maybe one day build the telescope blueprints that are included in it. Withered Wing, you might possibly have sensed something. With a successful skill check, you would have possibly found a powerful magic above your head in a compartment painted the same color as the wall. It's a coin, a token. It's not government currency, though. It's an IOU on one side and has a forging hammer on the other and could be exchanged with the legendary Smith Tinkerer, who would gladly exchange this token for one of their masterpieces, a pair of magic mechanical wings.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think I left something behind. I'm going to go back.
Right.
And then if we had more time for combat, that shadow would have been Aerosol May, another Shadow Sergeant, and Shadow Arniel. But we're moving on. You step up the stairs, right?
Yes.
Okay. You step into what used to be the highest level, the dome of the observatory, where one would expect to find a telescope rising up out of the ceiling. But now when you look up, you see mostly a black void, like the black between stars. The rounded ceiling is gone. The walls are gone. The floor is gone except for small islands you notice above your head, a jumpable distance above you. Looking up is like looking into a black hole. You can feel the gravity pulling you in. Everyone, are you ready to write down the solid floor spaces? There aren't very many of them this time. This is a platforming, jumping game.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm ready.
A, 19 and 20. B, 4 and 5. B, 18, 19, 20. C, 5. C, 8 and 9. C, 18. C, 19. D, 8, D, 9, D, 10. D16, D17, E2, E3, E10, E15, E16, E17, F2, F10, F15, G15, G16, G17, H3, H4, H5, H17, I3, I5, I10, J10, J16, J17, K11, K12, K13, K15, K16, K17, L3, L4, L17, M3, M14, M15, N3, N4, N5, N14, N15, or N13, N14, N15, sorry. O3 and O4, and lastly O15. And I've sent a picture in the chat to confirm that what you've drawn matches that picture. I feel this is a fair way to share locations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Podcast listeners can make it themselves. Rows A through O, columns I through 20. All right, do your guys' sketches match the drawing?
It will in a minute.
Oh, I put the I in the wrong place. And I'm missing one part of the H.
All right, who starts on O3 and who starts on O4? And are you guys ready to do the jumping rules? We're going to play this whole rule system. We're going to do difficult terrain. We're going to do cover. We're going to do...
We're going to do rolls. We're going to do backflips. We're going to do handstands.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys ready for me to read the jumping rules to you?
Tell me again where we are starting.
O3, O4.
O3 and O4. Okay.
Oh.
All right, jumping. Before you jump, you declare whether you're using your strength or stunt statistics. The movement mode used on your previous turn is what you start with at the start of your turn. So if you were running, you're still running. How far are you able to jump? You can jump a gap equal to half your movement rate. So if your normal movement is 2 squares, you can jump a 1 square gap. So if you could jump 10 feet, you can jump 5 feet. If you could normally walk 10 feet, you can jump 5 feet. Running can get you up to 20 feet or 4 squares of a grid away in a 2-second round. Therefore, jumping when running can get you half of that, 10 feet or 2 squares. So just look at all your movement numbers, and you can move half of whatever your movement number is. Make sense? Sprinting is 5 squares away. So if you jump from sprinting, you can leap over a gap that's half of 5 squares. What is half? I don't know. What is half of 5? I looked at that in the rule book and I was like, what is half of 5? I don't know. I'm going to go with 3 because I'm not mean. I'm a nice GM. So you can sprint 3.
You're a good GM, Slat.
So it looks like I can't make it over any of these distances at anything less than a sprint.
Likewise.
Cool.
But
well, it's a platforming game.
Right. So that only really affects me. Like, that's not a problem as long as I don't need to try to shoot while I'm doing it.
What if I carry you on my back and I use my endurance?
I'm pretty sure that would damage your...
Yeah, you'd be encumbered.
Yeah, I don't think you'd make the jump. That's okay. I can make the jumps. I just I have to really concentrate on making the jumps.
And then regardless of distance, after you land your jump, make a D10 test using the statistics either stunt or strength. And if you succeed, congratulations, you get to continue your movement. If your test fails, your character failed to reach the other side of the gap and falls.
Well, I have nothing in stunt or strength. I only have endurance.
Doesn't matter which one you do then.
Yeah, that is correct. I also do not have any modifiers in stunt or strength. Cool.
All right, guys. This is going to be a multi-round platforming game. Now, I'm not going to have you plummet to your doom in this void because I feel like the game would probably end with just a TPK if I had said that. So you're just going to fall back down a level. So, this is just like a can you get there? And this is a jumping challenge.
Okay, cool.
So don't worry. You're not going to die here. I'm not going to kill your characters when you I fell into a black hole. Sorry.
Well, time to write up a new one.
Right. Well,
Withered Wing fell into a black hole. Gotta just roll me another character.
Okay. As I look out across the platforms, can I see Like, what is it that why would I need to jump across any of these things to where am I getting to?
Man, it's above your head and it's really hard to tell.
It's really high. Okay.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
another
man.
reason why you don't just so we were talking about the strategy of this. You can shoot basically across any distance in this game. Am I reading that right? Like there's no GunCraze.
I didn't
Use
see
your
any
guns.
ranges. Yeah.
Well, my sniper rifle has 150 squares. My automatic pistol has 15 squares.
Okay, so with the 20 square grid, you can. There's no reason not to just
can hit
blast
everything.
the enemy, right?
I hit
So
everything.
unless you can't see them, line of sight. So the thing about a platforming game is that when you jump up on a platform, you can now see what's on that platform. So that's why there's jumping and hanging and all those mechanics in GunCraze. So GunCraze has this unit of measurement called the level that is used for jumping up, jumping down, or falling. One level is equal to 10 feet or 2 squares. And you may notice that on this 2-dimensional map that I have shown you, it's all 10 feet distances, 2 square distances. So you're jumping 1 level in the GunCraze mechanics. You're welcome. So,
All right. Sweet. So, I guess there's nowhere to go but up. So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take a run, a sprint, as a matter of fact, from where I am at 03 down the longest stretch there, so that I can jump to I3.
yeah, you make it. Now let's see if you fall.
Okay, cool. I got a 2. Should I spend a craze point to make sure that I don't fall? Or can I? Can I spend a craze point on a jump?
It doesn't say what the target number is, does it? What is the target number?
Sounds crazy not to.
Jumping is on pages 298 and 294. 298, jumping. What is that target number? A D10 test using the chosen statistic. Here we go. Sprinting. Your target number is 11.
Well, okay. What does the...
Are you able to accomplish an 11?
I'm looking at the mechanic here and help me out with this. So in order to make so my run is a 4. My run is a 4 and my sprint is a 7, right?
Yeah.
So that means that I can't make it 10 feet if I run.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if I sprint, the difficulty goes up.
Yeah.
And I don't have any modifiers on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing what you're saying here. And I did design you a classic 1-level jump ask, right? Ask my players just to jump. And have you ever seen that movie with the 2 robots at the end of the world? It's like a Pixar movie, and then there's like all the humans are like fat and they sit in chairs and stuff. Wally, yeah. And I feel like I asked them to jump, because you literally can't jump Markely as a character. But it's not because you're like the fat human in the chair. You are a really good student of wizardry.
Yeah, Markely does not lift. Markely does not lift. Markely does not do Pilates. Markely maybe runs sometimes. On the philosophy that if something is chasing you, it's important to get away from it. But that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, because there's a black hole above you pulling you, it halves the gravity of Earth or whatever planet you're on. Erwan. It halves the gravity of Erwan, and you double all your jump distances in this room.
Cool.
Oh my god.
Okay. So the fact that we have to come back to is that I did whatever metrics we're using, I did just get a 2, which also on a normal move does not make the jump. But it seems achievable if I try again.
Yeah, it does. Let's let Withered Wing make a roll. So Withered Wing, all of your jump distances are now equal to your movement distances because we've doubled them. And if you run, you have a target number of 8 to meet on your strength or stunt test. If you normal move, it's a 5 target number. And if you sprint, it's an 11 target number.
Well, I'm going to run, and I rolled a 9.
All right. You make it to the 2nd level. So the first island.
No, Markely, as a bit more like this. Whee! he literally goes, whee! As he leaps over.
You are short and made out of shadows. I don't want to hear it. Let me try again.
Shadow don't hold no weight, boy.
Okay, this time from just a normal speed, I managed to get a 6, so I have made the jump.
Hey, good. You both are on the first platform. I didn't see that target number table. Like, I didn't really understand that. I saw it. I didn't understand it. Now I understand it. Okay. You're on the first island. You feel the gravity pull of the black hole above you somewhere. You see a scene before you. Its edges fade to the void. If they didn't, it would be impossible to tell that this isn't solid ground that you're looking at. So before I continue with my GM speech, do you guys know what gravitational lensing is?
No.
When you look up into the night sky and you see stars, they look like they're all different, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you zoom in with a telescope on those stars, it looks like someone has copied and pasted and slightly rotated the stars. You're like, that star is exactly identical to that other star.
Huh.
And that's because if there's a very large ball of something that weighs a lot, like a black hole, between you and the star you're looking at, the light splits to the left and to the right of that thing and comes back around, and you have projected multiple images of the same background image because you're looking through a black hole at one star. And that's why you see 6 copies of the same star.
My head hurts now.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so this is the in-game gravitational lensing. Background player knowledge now. Sometimes you see copies of things. It's just the way the light is reaching you. Okay, you feel the gravity pull of the black hole above you somewhere. You see a scene before you. Its edges fade to the void. If they didn't, it would be impossible to tell that this isn't solid ground. The old man, with his back to you, looking into the telescope, looks real. But you can tell there's no telescope there. You're looking at an image. Freaky stuff. Anyway, the young woman creeping up behind the old man, holding a ball of warlock magic energy, also looks real. Without raising his eye from the telescope, the man says, "Today's the day. I knew you would come. Gameldoon sent you." The woman pauses. She shakes her head. She raises her arms to direct the beam of magic like a knife into the old man's back. He cries out and slumps to the floor, spasming in pain. She stands over him and says, "You can't talk your way out of this one, Nero Sombrastern. I saw the torture cages, the imprisoned shadow folk you do experiments on."
Oh, no. Oh, no. This starting to feel way too familiar.
Okay. That was confusing from a couple of angles, but I'll have to think about that later.
I'll read it again.
No. I think I understood what's happening. I'm confused about why someone as evil as Gameldoon would be upset about animal rights and torture of shadow people and things. I don't know. But anyway, this guy who built this place, he seems like a bad dude.
If he's looking into the shadow folk, he is a bad dude, as you say.
Okay. So we're standing on this platform and we've seen this this thing played in front of us, and nothing else is happening. Now we're just blackness again. Yeah,
whooshed past like a car.
Okay.
Oh no,
that part's real.
No.
Well, shall we?
No.
Shall we keep going?
Not again. Not again. I cannot allow this to happen again.
All right, I'm with you. But if we're gonna get out of here, we should probably go up one more level.
All right. Let's see what this is all about.
All right, you go ahead this time. I've got your back.
All right. Kind of shakes himself off. That's another 9. Moving at a run.
Nice. So you jumped and stayed on to E2, E3, F2?
I'm moving on to E2.
Nice.
All right, and I try to follow at normal speed. Oh, I've got an 8. Okay, I made it.
Nice. The next platform is at B4, B5, C5. It's a distance of 1 away, 1 square. And then another diagonal movement is 2 squares. So this is 3.
Okay. I guess let's keep going. This thing, maybe we can get out the top of this observatory.
All right. You've seen me do it a couple of times now. Why don't you go first?
Okay, here I go. I'm gonna go first. I'm jumping
Got
for
you covered.
C5. Got another 8.
Nice. Describe Markely jumping with the lighter feel to it because the gravity is pulling you up towards something above you.
It feels weird because I know I can't make these jumps because I can't jump. I mean, I'm terrible at basketball, but I've managed to make it. It almost feels like I'm floating a bit just as I jump.
I'm sorry. I kid you not. I rolled another 9.
Made of shadows. Very good at jumping. Turns out.
So I'm jumping on over to B4, and I'm going to have to do it at a run because that's more than 1 square.
Nice. You land. You stay. You're both on this island. You feel the gravity pull of the black hole above you somewhere. Your jumping distance doubles again.
All right.
You see a scene before you. Its edges fade to the void. If they didn't, it would be impossible to tell that this isn't solid ground that you're looking at, but you're like, that can't be solid ground. There's not a platform there. The old man, laying on the ground, bleeding, looks up at the smiling woman standing over him. And he smiles, blood gushing through his teeth. He chuckles, then lowers his head, having trouble looking up at her from the floor. The shadow folk I'm experimenting on? To try to turn them back to normal? Malcor Vane made them, not me. Gameldoon tricked you so he could eat my dark matter, shadow astronomer magic. He exhales and his head rests fully on the ground. The woman looks confused and says, "What? You were trying to save them?" The image fades.
Oh, Vane. That name I thought I'd hear in this place.
Okay, so wait, I'm trying to catch up, and it seems like you know these guys a little bit, but this Vane person is the bad guy. Maybe the guy who built this place was trying to help?
It definitely sounds like it. I have a personal history with Malcor Vane. He's the one that made me what I am.
And that wasn't a pleasant experience for you, I take it.
It was not. Definitely was not. That'll have to be a story for another time, but I'm more than happy to tell you more about it later on. But let us get out of this room first.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Looks like that other jump's a little further. Does it feel like we can make it?
Your jumping distance is now double what your movement number is.
All right.
Say which space you're jumping off from and which space you're trying to land on.
Okay, I'm jumping from C5 to C8.
Yeah, what movement speed?
Well, it would need to be at a run, I think.
No,
but
you would overshoot it if you run.
Okay, yeah, because it's doubled. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, it would be at normal speed then, but I still don't. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so you bounce off it because you were going too fast or something? Narrate what happened. I guess. But if you rolled a 2, you land back on where you started.
Yeah, I fell back down. I didn't quite catch it. Yeah.
Withered Wing, your jumping distance is now twice what your movement distance number is.
Alrighty. I also rolled a 2.
You're like, whoa, I jumped so good. Kaplow, face level.
Yo, watch this drive, man. I gotta take this in. Oh, dog dingers.
Okay. Let me try again. I think I'm getting the hang of this gravity thing. And I try again. I rolled a 10. So I made it.
You made it.
Yay.
And what movement speed did you use?
Just normal.
Yeah, then you only needed a 5.
It kind of tracks that Withered Wing didn't make it because he's just heard his the one name he's never wanted to hear again, Malcor Vane. So he's a little distracted. I rolled a 4 this time.
What's your movement speed?
Normal.
Yeah, so you don't make it.
Just go on ahead without me. I'll catch up.
Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on Withered Wing over my shoulder to make sure he makes his next jump attempt. But I'm gonna go ahead and walk down to the edge of this platform at F10.
Noted.
Nope. Well, I'm still distracted by the memories of Malcolm Vane performing those experiments on me and all the torture I was put through. I rolled a 2. Get on, boy. I'll catch up.
I don't want to move to another platform until he makes it to this one, so I'll just keep watching. Anything happen? Does anything else happen?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 1. I ain't going nowhere fast. I switched to a new dice as well.
Well,
does that count as a fumble?
You could only fumble in combat officially according to the rulebook.
Okay, well, I finally rolled an 8.
all right.
There you go.
As I'm jumping from B4, I'm going to run up to 5, and I'm going to leap on over to C8.
3 movement spaces away. Perfect. You land. Markley, you were at F10.
Yeah. I guess I'll go ahead and try to make the next jump because I don't see anything around me. So I'm going to jump to I-10. And I got a 7 at normal speed, so that should get me there.
It does. You're actually able to move how many squares now with your normal speed times 2 is your jump distance?
So 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. You land on J10. You almost overshot it.
No,
I'm going to go ahead and move out of his way so that he can make his jump. I'm going to move over to 12.
I'm just going to
11,
go.
rather.
I'm just going to go normal speed as well. Rolled a 2. I go nowhere. That's one. That one's going to dice jail. Oh, thank the gods. My old friend number 9 is back.
Excellent.
What speed did you use?
Normal speed.
And what's your normal movement speed? Is a 2. So that makes you almost overshoot it. You made it to J10.
It's getting a bit lighter in here. As in, like, the gravity.
As the 2 of you land on this island, you feel the gravity pull of the black hole where the telescope would be. Your jump distance doubles again.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
So your previous 2 became a 4 is now an 8. Okay, for your normal movement. You see a scene before you. Its edges fade to the void. If they didn't, it would be impossible to tell that this isn't a solid platform. The young woman kneels on the ground next to the old man and the puddle of blood. She shakes him, but he does not move. She stands up, her face angry. "Gameldoon!" she shouts. "You used me! You tricked me! I won't let you have what you want!" She turns to the telescope and raises her arms, a ball of magic energy forming. The scene fades.
Does the warlock look familiar to me?
The warlock looks familiar to Markley. That's Gloria Bauer.
Okay.
The warlock before
Gloria Bauer.
Archwizard Williams.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's right. So in my research, I would have discovered pictures of these previous warlocks. Okay. All right. Yeah, I do recognize her. She was in Gameldoon's service a long time ago. Let's keep going. It feels like the gravity's really light now. I'm not quite sure. Okay. I'm going to jump standing at K11. I'm going to jump towards J17.
What's your speed?
Normal, which would be 8 spaces now, right?
You will just barely not overshoot the platform because of the one diagonal movement that you do, indeed.
Yes. Okay.
At this point now, you're like, oh no, how do I not overshoot the platform?
Yeah, how do I not go past this thing? Okay, I got an 8, so I guess I land where I intended to.
Yes, the target number would have been 5. You feel very
All right.
light.
Give yourself plenty of space. You're gonna go fly in when you jump.
Well, all right then. Okay. So I'm currently on J10. If I was to jump diagonally to E15, how much movement would that be?
The first diagonal movement is 1. The second is 2, so we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be 8 movement.
I'm going to try and jump over to that spot.
That makes sense.
E15. My old friend number 1's back again.
Uh-oh.
You bounce your head off the platform and land back where you started.
Oh,
Man, I'm really glad I said I wasn't going to kill your characters, because...
Yeah, that was good.
I almost got there this time. That was a 6, but I still don't make it.
Actually, a 6 makes it because you're moving at normal speed.
Yeah, so that'd just be a 5.
Ah, yes. Well then, I leap on over. Hey, Murdoch. Okay. What was the name again? What was your name again?
Markely.
Markely. Hey, Markely, watch this. He just leaps over, bumps his head, falls back, and tries again, and finally makes it over.
Yeah. Once again, it's not impressive when you don't weigh anything, but well done. I'm glad you made it.
Come on now.
You're on the other platform now. I'm over here, so before I jump over to try to join you, I'm actually gonna walk back over because this is a larger platform than what I've been on in a minute, and it looks like I can walk all the way back over to the other end of it. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything over here. So I'm walking back over towards, O15.
No,
and
you missed nothing. No. You're
okay,
good.
there's nothing there. Okay, cool. Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to jump over and join Withered Wing on the last platform, but I'm going to have to aim for like B19.
Yeah, you are.
Or thereabouts. Yeah. That's a 10.
Hey!
Yay, you're now both on the island with the telescope. The telescope is different from the vision that you saw. Before, it was a telescope with a normal giant lens at its uppermost end. Now, that lens is a void. You struggle against the gravity pull of the black hole to keep from sliding forward. Each turn you are here, you'll need to make a check against the target number of 10 to keep from getting sucked into the black hole. What was it you heard in the library? Nobody's ever come back from the observatory level.
Absolutely.
Oh dear.
Well, I guess that's why they got sucked off.
Okay, so I've got to look at the telescope quickly here. Is there anything else I can see about the telescope, like the controls or the mechanisms, other than the top lens being gone?
Yes, so let's describe the challenge here. You guys have to make a check against a target number of 10 to keep from getting sucked upward. So now it's like a struggle to stay on the platform.
Okay.
And the lens is a black hole. And I do have hit points for it because that's the game, right? It's the game we're playing. You shoot things. It's called GunCraze. So
Pew Pew.
it's a lens. It's made out of glass. But it is magicked. It is magicked by the dark matter shadow astronomer magic that Gloria turned upon the lens so that her warlock patron did not consume. Where are the bodies of Nero and Gloria? Points up.
Oh, right.
And everyone else who's ever come into this level as well. And it's what will happen to you guys if you fail your check.
What check are we making?
A check against a target number of 10 to keep from getting sucked up towards the black hole. And you guys are just going to basically have, let's do a 3 strikes you're out system, where if you can take out the lens before it can take you out, you live. And if you don't, you get sucked into a black hole and your next adventure will continue there.
Okay. So are we just an unaltered check against 10? Like there's no modifiers that we can use for that or anything? Or like what skill would we, or what attribute would we use for this?
I feel like endurance would be a thing.
Yeah. Endurance sounds really good. You need to hold on. This is like tornado. Have you seen Twister where they're like, hold on? And like this.
I'm just trying to think, is this a combat check then? Can we use Craze points?
Yes, you're in battle with a black hole.
We're in battle with the black hole. Okay, cool. So can I take an action first, or do we have to roll our check first or take an action first?
Check at the start of your turn because it'll determine if you're midair or not. Right now, you're both on the platform. It's the best possible world.
Yes.
This will not last.
Right. Okay.
Question.
All right. I'm making a check then.
On my platform, is there anything I can hide behind to use as like a foothold or steady myself against?
Yes. There's filing cabinets drilled into the wall to secure them, and this little corner of room has the filing cabinets screwed into the wall, this room in the void.
Whereabouts is that in relation to me?
That
I am
final platform
E15.
that, yeah. So that whole final platform is the astronomy tower. You have filing cabinets, you have desks and chairs. The chairs have since rolled into the black hole, but that's general astronomy equipment all around you to hold on to.
I bet I can find my letter of recommendation in there too.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to I guess I'm going to roll to hold on to this, to hold on to a filing cabinet. Let's see if I don't fly away. I got a 9 + 1 endurance. That's 10.
You hold on.
I rolled a natural 10.
Wait for, nice. But, Markley's attack?
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah. So let me...
The black hole has a certain number of hit points. This is
yeah,
weird, but true.
So I'm gonna I'm just gonna, at this point kind of improvising the whole gestures thing. I'm just gonna thrust my hand out towards the black hole telescope and yell "Foom" at it, by which I mean that I am making the attack that mimics the incendiary double-barreled shotgun.
Nice.
Which I get an 11 to hit. I'm assuming that the telescope cannot evade me.
You can't not hit a black hole.
Cool. Good deal. Okay, so in that case...
It's a lens, and it's got... Yeah, don't worry about hitting it. The bullets are almost being guided towards it. But
Sweet.
It's
okay,
the
so this is
physical nature of the lens. Yeah.
So this is a ball of fire that has both barrels coming at it, 3d6 per barrel. So... Oh, finally, damage dice. Thank you. We've got 20.
20 damage. Nice. You guys might survive this after all. Withered Wing.
All right.
So I rolled a natural 10 for my endurance for a total of 16. I'm going to pull out my sniper rifle and aim for the lens.
Yeah, let's see your damage.
Well, I have a +20 on accuracy for my sniper rifle. I rolled a 7 for 27 to hit. For my damage, I roll 4d6 plus 3 advantage dice.
Nice. That means that as we end the game with one more mechanic, you roll extra dice and then you throw out your lowest ones. So you're ending up with 4d6. It's just you rolled 7 dice to pick your favorite 4.
I will get rid of those. That's 3 6s, 8.
Nice.
And get rid of that one. So 3. Oh, there's my age, 666. That's 12. I rolled 24 damage. 24? No, 22 damage.
Nice. Did you roll to stay on the ground or get sucked into the black hole?
Natural 10.
Yeah, that was the 10. Yeah.
That was the 10. Okay, so you genuinely shatter the telescope lens without getting sucked. I'm glad that you guys didn't get sucked into the black hole. That's very nice.
Nice one, Markely. Now watch this. Boom! like a jet black shadow just like passes through his periphery vision and into the lens.
Which explodes. The glass falls down and then gets sucked back up into the black hole. The black hole grows and dissipates. Sort of like if you've ever seen a water spiral thing dissipate, where the depth of the spiral reaches back to the water level because it's just slowly going away. And like that, the gravity flattens out and you feel much heavier. And so do the platforms you're standing on, as you're now in a collapsing building. The platforms that you were on are way up in the air. Yeah. And you're jumping down across the platforms, trying not to get crushed by the ones above you as they settle down on the ground. And you make it, because that's what your rolls were for. You make it. You do not get sucked into a black hole. So, wrapping up this adventure, what do you guys feel as you stand probably next to the crumbled remains of this observatory in the desert?
I feel like this observatory needs a little bit more exploration.
I mean, without the black hole, I agree. I think we could probably look through the rubble a little bit more. I would love to take a break first, though. You think?
Oh, I'm feeling fine.
You're feeling fine.
If you need a break, I'll wait here until you're good and ready to go.
Well, I do have to say that was a nice shot, my friend. That was a nice shot.
Wow, thank you. Been working on my aim.
Okay. Wow. So, what do we find here? I've got this paper that it looks like was Gamildoon once a living being that was made into a demon? Is that what this is trying to tell me? You've got experience with this. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know this Gamildoon fella, but this what was the name again? Nero. Seemed like he was trying to help the shadow folk, shadow form, return back to their natural state. But I don't know how one undoes death.
Well, with necromancy, I imagine, or something like it. This is pretty mysterious. We're gonna have to see if we can find anything else about this Nero guy.
Absolutely, there might be something in the books downstairs.
Does it look like we can salvage any more information out of the ruins of the observatory now that we're not being sucked through the ceiling of it, or is that not a thing?
That was the adventure. You found what you found on your way here.
Yeah.
You've got some answers to some questions. You suspect that Gamildoon may have been created in a lab by a wizard, because the prediction was.
I remember a little, but that's why it's written down. It tucked into my coat. Gonna have to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, I've got it. The handwritten scribble says, "My time of death," with the star chart, of course, to denote the time. "Killed by one born in a cage and fed power." And there is a sketch of a shark, which you recognize is Gamildoon.
Yeah.
So joining us on this adventure were Withered Wing.
Thank God I'm already dead, but thank God I survived.
And Markely.
I'm not sure if guns are my speed. I think I'm just going to go back to magic.